In 2016, the formula for making money on the internet was very simple. The more followers you had, the more money you'd make, right? People who had more followers would make way more money than people with less followers online. Didn't really matter what social media platform you were on. That's just really how it worked. But today, this is a completely different story. In fact, I came across two coaches that I spoke with recently. One who literally had less than 1,000 followers, and another coach who had 200,000 followers. This was both on LinkedIn. And the coach with 1,000 followers, less than 1,000 followers, was making $10,000 a month for her business. She is a book writing coach. And then the other person I spoke to was a career coach with 200,000 followers. Yet, when I asked her, how much are you doing with your business? You have 200,000 followers on LinkedIn. She said to me she was making $0 a month. She said she had her lowest month of the year. And it was a very interesting conversation because when I spoke to this lady with 200,000 followers, I don't want to show her name because I don't want to disrespect her or do anything like that, but I'll tell you the full story of what happened. So she told me she was a career coach with 200,000 followers. Her business used to do really well. She said, a few years ago, she was making, 20, 30K a month. Things were going really well. And people would just come and buy from her on a regular basis. But as of recent, it has completely dried up. Nobody's interested in her career coaching. Yet, when I talked to this other coach, who is a book writing coach, she's telling me a completely different story. She literally told me that she had to put her services on pause because she had so many clients enrolling that she needed to figure out how to improve her service delivery so that she wasn't working around the clock. And it really got me thinking, how is it possible that person here with 1,000 followers is making $10,000 a month and above versus person B here with 200,000 followers is making $0? So I started to investigate this, and I started talking to this career coach who had 200,000 followers, and I asked her a couple of questions. I said, okay, tell me about your offer. Very standard offer. She said, it's 10 one-on-one coaching sessions. I teach you how to find your dream job, and I charge $5,000 for the offer. I said, great, standard offer. That box was checked off. Then I asked her, tell me about your audience, right? You have 200,000 followers. Are these people even your ideal clients? And she said, yes. The majority of people who follow me are corporate professionals who are interested in improving their career, advancing in their career. So yes, they are my audience. I said, okay, very interesting. Then I said, what about your content? How are you getting views on your content? Do you get good numbers? Do you get good views, likes, comments, all that stuff? And she said, yes, out of this world. She posts frequently. She said she posted every single day on LinkedIn, and she was averaging over 100,000 views per week, which is substantial. So I'm looking at this whole equation. I'm thinking, okay, your offer's great. You have an audience of buyers and you're nurturing them. What could be the problem? Why are you not making any money? And then I looked into it deeper and I realized, I asked her, I said, well, how are you getting your buyers? How do people even buy from you if they wanted to? And she said, well, I post so much content that they just reach out when the time is right. And I was like, ding, 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 ding. This is the issue right now, is that, look, you can have a great offer. You can have a great audience. You can even have a massive audience. You can have them engage with your content. But if you don't have a good conversion system from the back end, it's game over. Game over, right? So you need to build that out. So obviously I got on the call with her, gave her a very simple conversion system she could set up, and then boom, she was making money. Literally, not even joking, I kept it so simple. I said, you have so many followers, all you need to do is just put a booking link on your LinkedIn profile, put some good qualifying questions in there, let people book calls with you, and you'll make more money. No joke, she made a 5K sale really quickly after, right? And this was only just a couple of weeks ago. Now, going to person A here, who we were originally talking about, this is a book writing coach. Her name is Amy Hendrickson. Full disclosure, she's a client of mine, right? Now, when she started working with me, she was at $0 a month. She wasn't making any money. She hadn't even started her business yet, right? When she got on the call with me for the very first time, she said, look, I was working for this large company as a book writer. I was doing some ghostwriting, all that kind of stuff. And then the company imploded, which kind of left her on her own. And then she said to me, look, I want to start a business and I want to do book writing coaching, meaning that I don't want to write books for people anymore, but instead I want to coach them on how they can write their own books. And I said, look, that's a very solid offer. I like that. I like that a lot. And then obviously we got started working together, and she was starting from ground zero. I'm talking about like 400 or 500 followers. I think now at this point, after a few months of working together, she's over 1,000 followers, but still we're not talking even 5,000 or even 10,000. But The reason she was able to make such good money, a 6-figure income with an audience of less than 1,000 followers, I guess now, sure, 1,000 or whatever, but the reason she was able to be so successful is because she had all 4 points dialed in. First thing I did with her was we created a validated offer. I was like, look, we need to figure out if someone would even buy this offer, right? And she said, okay, cool. So we created this book writing coaching offer where she would coach people on how to write her books. And then we went out and said, is there one person who would buy this? Boom, that was validated. We took care of that. Then came the second part. Where are your buyers? Right? And we were doing this all on LinkedIn, completely on LinkedIn. So as I started looking into this, I said, well, who are we going after here? Entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, corporate professionals. And then we narrowed it down to the niche around like entrepreneurs, solopreneurs. We're like, okay, cool. Let's go with these people, right? So then we just started bringing these people into her network, and slowly but surely, not a big audience. I'm talking about like maybe 5, 10 people per day we were adding, getting them into the network, getting them to see her. And then it started to slowly trickle in. Then we started creating content, right? Amy started publishing content every day on LinkedIn. Now her content was nothing crazy. It wasn't that she was making some content that was so out of this world that no one else could replicate. What she was creating was content about her stories, her background, her experiences, and all of a sudden people started gravitating towards her, right? People were looking at her saying like, oh wow, like the way you talk about how you wrote your first book and how all these challenges you faced, I'm currently facing. But people started to connect with that message, which again started to build an interested audience. This is where everything got started. Then we put in a conversion system at the end. And the conversion system is where really the money was made. Because look, I say this to all my clients. It's a very simple formula you must remember. Your income is directly correlated to the number of sales calls you schedule, right? If you want to make more money in this online world, assuming you're selling some kind of a high ticket service, meaning at $1,000 and up, you need to book more calls. More calls equals more dollars, right? So that's exactly what I told Amy. I said, look, now you're starting to get a little bit of engagement on your content. We got to start booking calls. So we set up a conversion system. And it was from that conversion system where she started booking more calls and then converting, right? And her offer at the time, if I remember correctly, was about $3,000, $4,000, something around that range. And then it started with one client, then one client a week, right? Then it started to repeat over and over and over. Then she had a $10,000 month, then a $15,000 month. So I'll even show you the exact conversion system that I've been teaching Amy and all of my clients. So come look at this. Okay, so as you can see here, this is my LinkedIn profile. Now, what I do is I publish content every single day on LinkedIn, right? This is how the formula starts. I need to get people interested. I need to get people connecting with my message. I need to get people to really like and trust me, right? So for example, if you just look at my latest post here, right? Just a very short post, and I said, an 18-year-old student asked me for some advice today. I was working from the office space in my gym. He nervously came up to me and asked, hey man, I see you working here every day. What do you do? I told him I run a LinkedIn consulting business. He then asked me if I could give him some advice. I said, learn how to sell yourself. Once you master that skill, everything else will open up for you. The truth is, it doesn't matter what industry or profession you're in, selling yourself is the first skill you must master. Now, if you look, this post did pretty well. It got over 46 likes, 16 comments in which I need to respond to, so I'll probably do that after recording this video. But anyways, what I'm saying is I created this piece here, again, just a story, just an experience of something that I went through. Now, if you look deeper into this post, I don't really offer my services in any way. I just tell a story about my experiences, but this is all part of the conversion system. So what I'm trying to do is get all these 46 people who like this post, plus all the other viewers, and simply drive them to my LinkedIn profile. Because when they get to my LinkedIn profile, this is where the conversion system starts. So come take a look at this. So as soon as you land on my LinkedIn profile, I'm adding more value. I say, look, if you want to learn how to land 5 new clients this month from LinkedIn without wasting any time, watch the free LinkedIn training video, click on the link below. So I'm saying, look, I have a free training video that's going to teach you how to get your next 5 buyers from LinkedIn. So I'm just driving everybody there. And that's exactly what they're doing. So as you can see, in the last 7 days, I got about 10,000 views on my content, which actually truthfully is lower than what I normally get. I'll get about 15, sometimes 20,000 views per week on my content. But either way, what I'm doing here is with all these views that are looking at my content, I want to get them to my LinkedIn profile and show them this video. It's totally free. And then what they're going to do very simply is they're going to click on this link here and say, okay, great. I want to learn how to get 5 new clients from LinkedIn. They're going to be brought to this page. They're going to give me their name and email. That gets saved into my database. And then they watch this awesome training video. Now, this video here is just me giving value. I'm not talking about my services. I'm not making any pitches. I'm literally delivering extra value. But the best part is I get them in my ecosystem. 10 minutes of me and them just watching the video, them giving their full focus to me. Then at the end of the video, nearing that 10-minute mark, I simply say, hey, look, if you loved what you learned in this video and you want to speak to me personally to learn how you can implement this same strategy that I just taught you for your business specifically, we can get on a one-on-one call. And on this one-on-one call, I'll show you how to implement the same strategy I just showed you for yourself. Then this button pops up here. It says schedule my call now. They click on that. They find a time in my calendar. I ask a few questions and then they click schedule event and then bang, the call is now scheduled. And that's it. Once I get them on the call, we can talk about my services. We can talk about how I can help them grow on LinkedIn. We can talk about how I can help them get more buyers from LinkedIn. All of that becomes very straightforward. So this is the same conversion system I showed Amy. And with just 1,000 followers, Amy's making over $10,000 a month. Right? And you can do it too. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You just need to set up your systems correctly on LinkedIn. You need to have a validated offer that people want to buy. You need to know where your buyers are on LinkedIn. You need to know how to nurture them with the right kind of content, and you got to convert them. You got to get them booking calls with you, just like I showed you. If you can put all these 4 pieces together, there's no reason why you can't run a 6-figure successful business on LinkedIn completely organically. So that is exactly how I do it. That's exactly how I teach my clients to do it. And that's how you can do it too. So I want you to go out and give it a shot, right? And that's what this YouTube channel here is for too, right? If you want to learn more strategies, all of this kind of stuff, subscribe to this channel, like this video, and I'll keep producing more content helping you get buyers from LinkedIn. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.